Hey, well, welcome back to lesson number 6 of 8 with my book, Walks of Mr. Smith. Hopefully, over the past couple days, you had an incredible attitude. Today's an important one. I know I say that every time, but I would not be doing these if I didn't think they were important. But the reason why I think this one's important is because last time I checked, we don't live in a cave. We don't live in a deserted island. Basically, we're not isolated. We're around other people. So, lesson number 6 is to master the art of relationships. It's so important, guys, that we understand that. How we relate to others and the benefit that we give others. The better that we master the art of relationships, the better that we're able to relate to others, the more success we'll have. We'll have more success in our parenting. We'll have more success in our relationships, our marriage. We'll have way more success in business. So it's so important that you understand of how you relate to others and how do we bring value to them. You know, there's 3 things. One of the things is we need to become a person of value to others. We need to become a person of value. It's so important. The more value that we give, for example, in the marketplace, the more success that we'll have. And that's so important. The more value that we give to others, whether that's our spouse, whether that's our kids, whether that's our church group, you know, whether that's the people in our community, it's a benefit. Another thing that's so important is we have to know what others value in us. And this is mainly in regards to your marriage and your parenting. Often what we do is we don't know what the other person values in us. Does that make sense? We've all talked about the 5 love languages. We know that, right? Or at least everybody has heard of it. Not everybody's read the book. So I recommend you read the book or just go to 5lovelanguagesquiz.com, take the quiz and find out. So what it is we need to know what others value in us. That's so important. You know, if you have a certain friend, you need to know what that friend values in you so that you can give him more of that. If your spouse values, for example, quality time, but you're giving them, let's say, acts of service, you're, vacuuming or maybe you come with some flowers, but that you don't give them any time, that's not mastering the art of relationship. That's actually screwing the relationship up, right? If you know that your spouse values quality time, then you know you need to give them quality time. So that's important. That's an incredible thing that I think a lot of people miss in relationships is they don't know what the other person values in them, so therefore they're not able to give them more of that value, which then increases or strengthens that relationship. You know, our abilities only take us so far too. You know, I think I'm a big believer in marriage. You know, I know Julie and I are complete opposites. I'm one way, she's completely the other way, and it's almost like we complete each other. And it's so important that we do that. You know, how do you relate to your kids? How do you relate to your coworkers? All these different things. How do you relate to that person, that waitress when you're buying food? All those things. The better you can get at communicating and loving and being kind and courteous and caring to individuals, the more success you're going to have and the more you'll be happier. You'll be happier because what you put out, you often get back. And if you're putting out in relationships this wonderful things and the correct things, you're going to get good things back for you as well. So listen, I hope this made sense. You need to master the art of relationships. You need to learn how to best communicate with other individuals, give them more of what they want, give them more value. And the more you're able to do that, the more influence you'll have, and the more happiness you'll have. And you know what? People will love you, and you'll get great results. And that's what we're here for. We're really here, I feel, to bless others. You know, there's very few things that make me happy. But one of the things that do make me incredibly happy is to be able to make someone else happy. That makes me happy. And the better we get at that and we take it less off of our... Listen, this is such a huge point, and then I want to end it here. The less we take all our thoughts on ourselves, when we just are self-serving and self-seeking, that's not a good way to live life. That's a very shallow way to live life. But if we can turn it around and say, you know what? How can I bless others? How can I help others? And when you get to see the joy in other people's lives from what you've done and how you've spoken to them and you've uplifted them up, that's the greatest joy out there. And that's what we're called to do. We're called to love, we're called to serve, and to care for others. And that's what we need to do. And that's really mastering the art of relationships. So thanks for watching lesson number 6. Lesson number 7 coming in 2 days. Thanks. Bye.